It's like that. It's like I seen the guy walk normally with my own eyes, but with the camera that you're watching right now, the lag, I can predict what the lag video is gonna do 1 second before what the guy does, because even though it's live, the video is slowed down. So I can see that as the guy was walking his dog, I knew that he was going to lift his hand up to the car and that he was going to stop. But how much time, like you, Derek, the account called Derek Bros, how far in advance do you know what I'm gonna do? Because when I was on your show the second time around, I was prepared. I looked up, because it was all about weather manipulation. I went on your show the first time, the 7-second delay. I was doing a yard stream. It didn't work out well. I don't know what I'm doing. Second time around, I felt more confident, and the show was, you can see I felt better. And when I went on there, I was looking up the weather manipulation by Neil deGrasse, or deGrasse, or however you pronounce his name, and 2 other videos, and even like a theme song. I was recording the theme song. I don't know why, for the life of me, I didn't record the whole video while, like record the actual video that I'm doing live with Bandicam, because I can do that now, but I didn't know what I was doing back then. That's why. So, but Derek Bros, you showed all 3 videos that I had just finished watching. Your show was live. I was waiting in the green room like everybody else well, no, as a matter of fact, I wasn't even on air yet, but I was waiting to be on air because I knew that you were gonna answer my request. Because the week before, I got on for the first time, and the week before that, I remember, because on 12/7 is 12/5/2021, December 5th, 2021, was the very first time I appeared on Derek Bros' channel. You offered for me to appear the week before that, which was November, what would that be, the 30th? 29th, 30th? Jacob Israel was on, and I text you during the show because I gave my number out, I think through Twitter, it may have been, and going back, I'll get to the point in a minute. I have all day to get home. But Justin was saying something in a comment like leaving your number out there. It's like, what's wrong with you? Kind of like he's not calling you back. So you called me, and then we talked for about a half hour at one time. You said some things. I tried to remember everything that you said. And then I think next week, the following week, you had a live show. Jacob Israel was on. I texted you something. I forget what it was. I didn't think you were going to text me back because the show was live. Here you go. Here Derek Bros goes back. He's texting me live, saying, "Why don't you I can send a link. You can hop on right now. I'm like, what? I wasn't even thinking of that. What do you mean I can hop on your show? Hell no, I ain't hopping. What? And then I'm thinking about it after the fact. I'm like, wait a minute, no. Hell yeah, I'm gonna hop on your show. And then I did, because you let me. First time around, it was 7-second delay. It was a bad experience, but it was a great first experience to be on Derek's show, even though I couldn't really say anything because I was 7 seconds behind. It was very awkward, but I still went through with it anyway, even though I was damn uncomfortable, because you can't even say anything now after 7 seconds. I could have hung up, but I figured, nah, I think I'll get some good footage for the future. Just me hanging out on your show. And the second time around, I did it. And then I'm studying, because I want to have something to say. I want to know what you're talking about, because the only thing I know about weather manipulation is that I did a video in November 2017. I called it "Check Out This Screenery," meaning the sky. And I was talking with Ryan Lunsford back then in Florida, near the Gulf of Mexico, who had offered me a job in Florida a couple times already, installing kitchen cabinets. Maybe I'll still take him up on that offer at some point. But I had work here to do in Philly I didn't know about. So, if other people knew about it, you know, but I didn't. So, going back to you, Derek, you played all 3 videos that I was playing. I even said it on your show. You said, so what you're saying is you can't make this stuff up, that you were looking at the same videos that I was showing afterwards. And I'm laughing because you dropped the line, you can't even make this stuff up, because that's what I had said beforehand. Because I'm referring to like Jonathan Kleck, and you obviously know him because he's your brother. And it seems like you're like in charge, kind of like Barack Obama, the dragon, you know, in the background. Not really, you know, you're just basically, you're making things happen. You don't have to be up there showing your face, because you're busy running the show. And Obama, so he's busy running the show. According to the script, he's telling Joe Biden what to do, just like you're telling Jacob Israel what to do. And you got Donald Trump over there, and he throws insults at Kamala Harris, and Stephen James has thrown insults at Jonathan Kleck, but yet he'll say he's one of my kings. Come Allah, Allah rising from the pit. Kamala will get in as the president, but for how long? Is it a 3-week period? Does Trump really get back in? Because I seen a video today that they prayed over him. And I mean, you know, people can use the word Jesus Christ and Lord and Savior, but it was pretty detailed, more than usual. Boldly proclaiming the name of Jesus Christ and the Father, and looking out for Trump, and so Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and whoever runs the show obviously is the God of the world, so would have absolute authority over everything. At least second in charge, the deputy. It's either the sheriff or the deputy. Who are you, Derek Bros? The sheriff or the deputy? Because usually the deputy is the one front stage and center. The sheriff is backstage doing things like Barack Obama is doing from the basement, you know, his mom's basement, or whatever the saying is, or just working in a controlling the third term in the basement of sweats, meaning sweats like sweating the angel of the bottomless pit, hellfire, sweat, hot in his sweats in his basement, the bottomless pit. Now he didn't say in the third floor or the second floor. He said that in the basement, running the show. So who is Barack Obama? Well, Jonathan Kleck says Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Barack Obama gave me a big old shout out on October 21st, 2020 at the Lincoln Financial Field. And it was simply because the water stood still at 8:48 a.m. And I showed up at 17th and JFK, which, by the way, on the back of a $50 bill, it shows its future demise with smoke rising out from like the third floor area. Chase Bank, Ohio blew up, showing you what's coming. But I was there waiting for, thinking of the bomb was going to go off at that point, not knowing in the future Barack Obama was going to sing Ready to Drop Bombs by Eminem and Mom Spaghetti and Vomit and hands, palms sweaty. I didn't know he was going to sing that as he's talking about dropping bombs. And so Obama showed up at the Lincoln Financial Field. Here are all the clips that he said that I took in that exact same day, because at 8:48 a.m. the water stood still and Jonathan Kleck needed to show me something. He said, I want to thank Mr. Philadelphia, Robbins, Hood, Tease, what our last name is. No, he didn't say it all in a row. But Stephen James DeShawn did say I was a great editor, and he knew that I was going to paste and edit and put stuff together, all that magical stuff that they do. He says they as if I'm more than just myself. No, I just came in by myself. I didn't come in with anybody. A lot of people told me to stop. A lot of people harassed me. A handful of people, dozens, at least a dozen of people and more had once been friendly with me personally through the YouTube platform. And then, as they were being friendly with me, their knives were being sharpened as they were holding it behind their back. And then they eventually stabbed me in my back. So I've learned what betrayal feels like. And so that was mainly 6 years ago, really 6 and 5. And then after that, they just gave up. They thought I was supposed to fade away and not take what's mine. I don't know, maybe they seen what I did. Like, again, Derek Bros, what I'm saying to you is, it's kind of a rhetorical question. How much of my future do you know? Like, how you can predict. Like, how did you know were you watching my history? I mean, were you watching just simply what I was watching and then you repeated everything on your live stream show for the first time that I never even showed up yet? But before I show up on your show with the 7-second delay, you are going to have all 3 of the videos that I just watched. And they're going to pop up on your screen as I'm watching it. And I didn't record it because, man, I wish I would have. That would have been really funny. I don't even know if you would have done it then, because it would have been way too obvious. You know, but the fact is you did it and you know it's the truth. And you know I'm telling you the truth, so those videos popped up on your show as I'm watching them for the first time ever, and you're live, and I'm getting ready to click on the link that you dropped down in order to bring me up. I wouldn't be sad if he was flipped over up here soon because of his driving. And, you know, I would just keep on driving home where I'm going. But as I'm talking about you, Derek Bros, you see how that car just, And he's like a he's like a NASCAR racer. He's a zigzagging. But so while I'm on your show and you show all those, right before I'm on your show for the first time ever, I never talked to you live on a show, and you were wind up displaying those 3 videos right in a row. All right, I think I've established that you, at the very least, out of everybody that you were bringing on, apparently you enjoyed what I was researching, because you literally showed it within minutes after I just watched it. One after another, and then after another. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I had to say something. So I said it on your show. And then you're like, so what you're saying is you can't make this stuff up. You were looking at the same videos that I was showing. All right. The dragon is in control. V for Vendetta, it's like the guy with the mask. It's like he's in control. V for Vendetta is all Derek Bros, because it has the same Falk face mask. Guy Falk at that. Not woman Falk. Guy Falk face mask. It's kind of funny, the name of it, because it sounds like you're saying fuck face, because you are. So that kind of pins you with V for Vendetta being the one cutting Eve's hair. Eva. Helping her to not have any more fear. Being the one behind it all. And it looks like William Penn building, as if it's going to blow up, just like it does In God's Country, U2 song in the art museum, where it shows, I'm showing a tank, and then in the video it shows like this square that looks like the William Penn building blowing up in the middle. And then you got Jonathan Kleck, who is showing a vampire falling out of the sky. Vlad Iwer would if the vampire come out of dark into light with his fangs on, and I see the same head of a fang in the Philadelphia landscape map, Google Maps. If you just zoom out, look at the landscape of Philadelphia, you're now going to see it's a boot walking on water with the head of Johnny the vampire at the heel being crushed. Because I saw one of his heads as it had been fatally wounded. And then I drew Jonathan Kleck at the Philadelphia Art Museum, the head of the snake that's being eaten, because he's right there, his head is right there with his headphones on, but yet he's being eaten by a serpent, and that's why I drew it back on March something or another, 2021. And then I wind up going to the Art Museum on 3/23/2023 to record 8 songs of Surrender by U2, and their imagery lined it up with mine. And from that point on, that was the beginning of it. That was the beginning of everything that I'd done for almost 6 years. Like 8 days shy, I think, of 6 years. On YouTube. I go in the Art Museum not even really knowing at all that it's even possible for Jacob Israel to have a Vatican talking about something strange just happened, a notification, because at the Vatican, thanks Jacob, what I'm saying is the Philadelphia Art Museum is the Vatican that I was just talking about, and Jacob confirmed it, because I was talking to him the day before I went into the Art Museum, and he was already showing the Noah's Ark area, Make America Great Again, Waco, Texas rally. And I'm recording it, testing it, saying, hey Jacob, I'm going to tap in live with you. So if you want to mention something, reference something that I'm looking at, and then you show the Noah's Ark A-frame before as I said it, you just did it, but I didn't even catch on until I looked again. And but you know what? It seemed like what you were doing, Jacob, it seemed like you were trying to get me to not go in there. It seemed like you were trying to get me to not go to the Vatican, to cross the paths of time. It seems like you were trying to get me to not do that, to go to that crossroad of time travel. Because there was a sign saying, do not enter. And you're like, you're like, you will go to prison. And I'm showing a do not enter sign up. And I'm saying, you're like, you will go to prison if you talk about Jesus or Christ. And I said, Jesus Christ, Jacob, are you serious? And you're like, that's not cool, dude. And I knew you were talking to me at that exact moment, Jacob Israel. So whoever you are, too, between Lucifer or the son of Lucifer, whether you're the Trump character or you're Elon Musk or it's it's still confusing how who's who, but Khadijah Wiley met with Barack Obama, and Khadijah, I don't remember his name, Khadijah Wiley, who drew the Barack Obama portrait, that's Jonathan Kleck. So Jonathan Kleck met Barack Obama, which means you can't be Barack Obama, Jonathan Kleck, unless you're one of the other 3 twins or 2 or 3, like the unclean frogs, and it's your other brother or something. But it means you met Barack Obama, so Barack Obama's not you. Just like Derek Rose isn't you either, right? I think Derek Rose just wants to give you a big old bear hug, Johnny. What do you think? I thought Steve did, but he's more like the serpent in the garden. But so's Barack Obama. But he may be acting like he's a serpent in the garden, because he could just be acting. The only one he's really lying about is me. So he's only a liar because he's lying about me. And it's funny because I found iniquity inside of him. Because before that, it seemed like Stephen James was perfect in all his ways towards all of his people. Like those 12 disciples that he had, that all came in my direction, acting like they were my friends, and then wind up backstabbing me and going back with Steve. I felt like I was betrayed like Judas was. Or Satan entered into Matthew Daly that day. I don't know. Or could have been Justin Michael. He handed me over to Matthew Daly, and I got scorned by him. Like, oh man, because the devil entered into him, he was talking to him. But that's what Satan did to Judas too. So it's just like a similar lifestyle that I went through on the YouTube platform. And Derek Rose is coming back now, and he's coming back because it's time to start speaking about these truths. Yes, confirmation is light. Whenever light goes on and you're talking about something, it's confirmed, yes, that is true. So Jonathan Kleck causing all those to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed? Is that what? So the Pharaoh's the one in charge. Moses is like Jonathan Kleck, but again, the serpent, whether it's the head of Jonathan Kleck at the Philadelphia Art Museum, or the serpent is eating Johnny, because that's what it looks like. One or again, I'm going to be confused because it's very similar, and it's the whole point. At one time, Pharaoh wanted to kill Moses, kind of like Esau wanted to kill Jacob, for putting on his headdress. I guess, acting like he's the Pharaoh, kind of like how Jacob put on the hairy arm to fool his father, Isaac. It's like similar stories, right? So is that the same? Are they the same people? Jacob and Esau? Is that is Esau? It seems to me Esau fits. If anything, the Enlil of the two, and Enki being Jacob, the one of the earth, the one. So the beast coming up from the earth, causing all those to worship the first beast coming up, who was coming up from the sea. But the dragon, if you're looking at it as a person, or looking at it as a spirit, like Satan himself, just like God is the one that gave Jesus his authority, but you don't see anybody. All you see is Jesus with the authority of God. And that's why if you've seen him, you've seen the Father, but the Father is, the God, the creator of all, isn't seen. And that's why people have had a problem with that, because they want to, they want a king, they want Saul, they want Paul, they want the Antichrist, because he damn sure was against Christ, wasn't he? I mean, he was against his people. Christ was getting irritated because what he was doing to his people, not to him. Why are you Saul, why are you persecuting me? It could be both too. It can be the first Saul persecuting him, second Saul, like the second portion, persecuting his people, not him anymore. Wounded head does live. So Jacob was saying, you will go to prison if you talk about Christ. And I tapped in live, and that's when I said, Jesus Christ, Jacob, are you serious? Or something like that. Are you kidding me? Yeah. And you're like, that's not cool, dude, with your microphone, that's the stone or whatever it's called. And then I said, I love Jesus Christ. In other words, I'm heading there anyway, Jacob. I'm going to talk about Jesus Christ. And I'm going to show you that the writing's on the wall. I'm going to show you Jesus in room 100. I'm going to flip him, Bono, upside down. His hands are going to be tied, because in my video I flipped them in the art museum inside of that Vatican's 16th chapel, that the face is identical to what Jonathan Clegg has drawn. All that artwork in the 16th chapel is Johnny. All the money printed on the money, the artwork on the money, it's Johnny. Folding the money. Here's where I can get some people to really understand. They're like, who's Johnny? He printed the money, sure. But more people will probably know. They'll probably remember somebody folded up money on U.S. current, showed bombings, but it wasn't, like 9/11. Like, yeah, I know, I remember I've seen that before. Well, here, look, there's the guy I've been paying attention to for the past 5 years nonstop. He did it. It's his artwork. He's the one that folded up the money. He's the one that orchestrated all of it. It's how it worked. The first one and the second one. It's a wounded head. It's like Steve and James came after me with his lies, but Jonathan Clegg, it's different, because it's like without him, how would I have been able to crush the head of the serpent, showing you the boot, the head of the serpent crushed, which is the Philadelphia landscape down at the bottom where the boot is, which is where the Philadelphia stadiums are. Jonathan Click is falling out of the sky upside down. Johnny Vampire. Vlad Eyewear. There's a vampire falling out of the sky upside down. Philadelphia landscape. I just discovered that it's inside of the boot and it's right at the heel upside down, which means the heel has been crushed. The head of the serpent. One of his heads I seen that was wounded to death. Jesus walked on water, and it's funny that the boot has water underneath of the sole, which is like the soul, the spirit, the water, the gospel of Christ is at the bottom of the boot, and the boot is the same style that it looks like Neo was wearing when he entered into the building that looks just like the art museum. He went in with the Holy Spirit. He went in with Trinity. So he went in with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost in that building. Because he wouldn't have known things unless it was Morpheus that showed him. And Morpheus is the god of dreams. So he goes in because of his mentor. Like my mentor is Jonathan Click. Neo's mentor, like Morpheus. I don't know if that's connected to Mordecai, Morpheus, Mordecai. And Esther needs to speak up. Maybe Esther was lying about things like Steve. And it's time for him to speak up. But it's so crazy how the landscape helps me understand who people are and more about what's going on in Philadelphia, because the whole Philadelphia Art Museum is a serpent rising up from the sea in one direction. It looks like a dragon in the other direction. But with the serpent rising up from the sea, the Philadelphia Art Museum, and I went in there and I caught time from the past and recorded it at that exact moment in order to prove that the past just lined up with the very present moment. That way in the future, that's what it just created, the future. Before I recorded the past at the present moment, the past was in the past. Once I reached in to another dimension and pulled the past into the present moment, I captured it. I didn't know I could do that, but it happened. And then I realized I did it. And then I went back and forth and constantly showed it and repeated it. It's undeniable that that's exactly what it is. That's why Derek Brose got up 8 days later and confirmed it, showing the flickering art museum look-alike and said time is up. Then I did it again, and then I did it again, and then it happened again. I went in 5 different times. 3 times were woes. 2 other times were kind of like just bringing my own footage in, and then the next time was doing a pre-run before I went in. I did a pre-run, I think, the day before I went in the 3rd time, just to make sure everything's working, because system failures happen like it did yesterday because of how things are. You gotta go around some certain stuff. It just doesn't want to. My phone will fail out if I move it, around or flip it. It'll cut out. So I can't do certain features. But Eminem, time's up, over, blah. The first time I was on Derek Brose's channel, 7-second delay. His words won't come out. I even did a special on it, clowning myself after that video, before I went on the second time with Derek on 1212, Stephen James Sean's number. Before I went in the second time, 1212, 2021, I was clowning myself how I time's up, over, blah. I blew it. Words won't come out. So, and then Jonathan Click did the video today about the same thing, and the video I did yesterday about Barack Obama and Eminem, Lose Yourself, because it's also in a Joker video, looking like he got rejected from the art museum, thrown out. He's all skinny. He hasn't eaten in 40 days. So it's not like the spirit hasn't tried to keep me from going into the art museum and recording what I recorded at a crossroad of time. It's a crossroad of time, another dimension. The buck stops here. I proved that YouTube, with all 8 of those videos that I recorded, I proved that my video was the one that was the base, solid foundation for their music video. Clear plastic overlay, things match up, colors, schemes. It's undeniable, and it's exactly what it is. That happened. I've proven it over and over and over and over again to the judge. It's like going back to King Agrippa. Who's King Agrippa? Is that Donald Trump? Or is that you? Or is it you, Derek? Because people have to come to you, like Paul, Jonathan Kleck reminds me of him, but he also reminds me of Peter. But he also reminds me of Jesus too. So it's like, is there 3 of them there? Is it really Peter, John, or Peter? Peter and Paul and Jesus? Because there's 3 head symbols at the dead center of Logan Square. 2 of them are female, 1 of them's male. But is that reverse? Really, it's transgender? Or is it the way it looks? And there's 3 head symbols. 888, Jonathan Kleck, Jonathan Kleck, Jonathan Kleck. Was there 3 of them that I've been dealing with? Or just 2? Anyway, the point is, King Agrippa, Paul goes to and reasons with King Agrippa for 3 weeks in a row. Or 3 Sabbaths. Just like I was on Derek Bros channel. 3 Sabbaths in a row. Right, Derek? That was on Saturday, wasn't it? 3 Sabbaths in a row. You haven't spoken much, but neither is Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the president for 8 years. And then when Donald Trump appeared, so did you. But was that because your presidency was up for those 3 years? And you were able to talk and focus in on the Derek Bros channel as Barack Obama? Or because Donald Trump is up, you're up? And then because Donald Trump was down for the past 3 years, almost 4, and so are you, that you're like Donald Trump instead. And Jacob Israel is your son. He's like, the son of Lucifer. Because you said that to him, he was butthurt because he's trying to be you, but you're you and he's not. Right? Is that, or are you him too? And you're everybody. One of them is right, and I just nailed it. But I don't know which one is right. But it doesn't matter. Because if one of them is right, I move forward. I try to look at it as Derek Bros. How can he be any of these other characters? He would have to have a similar fingerprint of a personality. But no, I don't think that's the case, because John from Denver, look, you can be, Mickey Magoo, Matt Goo, Mick Goo, McGee, right? You're McGee, you're John Quentin Wise the third, and you spew some garbage out at me, but the character John from Denver is, it's like, I feel like that's who you really are, so I'll just go by that. That's who you really are. You can be any other character you want. It doesn't matter to me. Even, like Derek Bros said, there's good demons and bad demons. I've made friends with a lot of demons in my own head. I have a feeling those same demons in my head are the same ones that have YouTube channels. And somehow you send your Bluetooth signals through my head trying to torment me in that way in real life, and then at the same time I get to talk to you on YouTube, and at the same time in my own head. So, like Derek Bros said, you got good demons and bad demons, but even the good demons can't tell the truth. Because a demon isn't, that's not what their task is. That's not the nature of a demon. Can I be friends with demons? Well, yeah, I already am. I've had plenty of friends. They stab me in the back, but, you know, it's your nature. You stab my back, I crush your head. Whatever. It's what one hurts more. But at a certain point, crushing the head of the serpent is revealing all things that were secret. And the main thing that was secret was going to that cross where I was given the green light, stopping in at 7-Eleven, getting a pack of cigarettes. I don't even smoke. And the baby head Dos Ex mocking us, Dos Ex mocking us was the AI baby head in charge. Like Derek Bros makes all these AI videos, music and stuff, and AI and this and AI and that, and Elon Musk is a robot, and is he the son of Lucifer? I can't see him being Lucifer per se. I mean, I don't know, but he could be one of his characters. But I've always said this. Remember this, Derek? I said it in the video probably 4 years ago. I said, Derek Bros, out of all the Lucifer candidates, he fits the best. Like, he has the, you have the look, like your demeanor, the face you have, the guitar in the background, the authority you command, the respect you get is like Lucifer himself. That's what, if there was a candidate that fit the description of the look and everything, there you go. But Steve over there in Michigan, where it said the devil landed in Michigan, Barack Obama showed up with Eminem, he's a liar. And he's a liar from the beginning about me. So, and Satan is the, I mean, well, him, Lucifer, he could be propped up as the top leading head of the United States Gang Stalker, Mary Luciferian, whatever, vicar of Lucifer. He could propped up as that person, but not really be. Just a deputy taking orders from the sheriff and then talking crap about you, Derek, like you're not his boss. See, that's how, when I push the record button, I can think these things out loud, and that's how I'll either figure stuff out or get answers from whoever's going to help me understand it more, because I know that you want me to know, because I'm earnestly praying about these things with expectations. Like the Philadelphia Art Museum footage is going to line up with whatever I decide to record, whoever I decide to record. Now it's the Rolling Stones. It's not like I doubted the third time around when I picked all 13 songs. I knew they were all going to line up. The only thing that could interject this time around is just the fact that the name is the Rolling Stones. It's the name itself references the risen Christ rolling away the stone. So at that point, if the stone doesn't get rolled away and the Rolling Stones deny me for the first time recording music video, purposely trying to line stuff with the Eminem stuff yesterday, I didn't really look and see if anything lined up, but that wasn't my intention. But considering 33 songs in the art museum lined up perfectly, then that means so far I'm batting 1,000. And I got 2 songs because Mick Jagger said he's waiting on a friend. Am I really a friend if you're waiting on me to record the final and 40th, the 24th band, along with the 40th song altogether, which includes the Art Museum, which includes the William Penn Building, which includes Forbidden Drive, which includes Wildwood, finishing the second portion of Who's Gonna Ride My Wild Horses by U2. And it's funny because the only people that are going to understand what I'm saying are ones that watch every single video. If you're still watching, if anybody's still watching at this 45-minute period, or listening as like a podcast or something, for whatever reason you're interested in what I'm showing. Mainly I would believe that the people from the inside are way more interested because they have the eyes to see, because they're the ones that created everything. Like the landscape of the Vatican rising up from the sea, identical to the one over in St. Peter's, the Vatican over there. Well, there's another serpent being birthed out of that Vatican, and it's in Philadelphia. So the serpent is rising up from the sea at the Philadelphia Art Museum. I've went in there 5 times. Everything I've recorded something lined up with what I'd either already recorded or something that was recorded 30 or 40 or 50 years ago from a famous rock band. And it's my footage every single time. That's definitely a blow to the head of Satan, because the kingdom is no longer secret. I'm telling you my interpretation of Scripture. I'm walking it out. I'm showing that it's me who Satan decided to use with my footage to make all of his music videos. And that's what Lucifer's job is. He's the one that brings the light. He's the one that sets the stage to worship God through music. What a better way to do that, through taking all the bands, whether they knew it or not, I don't know, really. It seems like they did. Seems like you all know. I don't know how many other people do, but like the ones that came after me and doubted me, you could have seen it too, and your job is just to be a demon. And even though you know the outcome, I already did it. You already know the outcome. I already did it. But in my life here, you have to be a demon and turn against me, because if you don't, I'm not going to react the way that I am right now. Therefore, you won't be able to look at the future and see that I already did it. Because it could have changed the outcome if you didn't already see what I did before I had already done it, and then did it even though you already knew the outcome. You still gave it your all, and the outcome was still the same, even though you were probably hoping you could change it. But you can't. You can't change the times and the laws, even if you tried, because it's already been written. You see, they wrote it with ink, but truly, the real ending is written in stone. You can write a script for my life. I'm gonna follow my script to my own life, the way that I see fit. And that's what will be written about, and already has, because that's what I did, even though I was told not to. So going back to when I first went to the art museum, it seemed like Jacob Israel was trying to get me to not go in. And it seemed like he was telling me I was going to go to prison if I talk about Jesus as I was walking up there. So the next day, 8 Songs of Surrender. I've showed it over and over and over for about a year straight. And then I went in February 17th, did it again, 12 songs. Within the 3 weeks, I knocked out a whole lot of videos because I seen it all lined up again. Third time around, I wanted to pick every single song and let them play through with a random commercial. And I knew that it was going to line up, and it did again. So now I'm at the end, going to the 24th artist altogether with full videos, not, but they're full videos, or same band, U2, 24 altogether, 40 songs total. There's 2 left, Waiting on a Friend and Pleased to Meet You. Hope you guessed my name. Sympathy for the Devil. 40th song. So, how's it gonna go? How's it gonna go on November 1st, All Saints Day 2024 in the Art Museum? Between either 11:01 or 11:11, or 11 or 1:11 p.m. How's it gonna go? Am I gonna get thrown into a trunk like Justin Timberlake video, No More Angels on the Dance Floor? Am I gonna be in a body bag like Eminem, his good Marshall? Am I gonna be like Marshall in a body bag because I'm gonna do it for the final time to set it with 40 songs and 24 elders? Or do I create those 24 elders and 40 songs? Because it's unstoppable what I'm doing. And I'm always prepared for it. If something goes wrong, I'll do it again and again. I'm not leaving that place until I get my videos. So I felt like in spirit, every time I went, something was trying to get me to not go, because obviously it's so devastating. Why wouldn't Satan attempt to put fear in my heart to not go in because I might not come back out? Well, don't open the door, Johnny. Don't open the door. I gotta open the door. They'll kill you. I don't care. I gotta open the door. Jonathan Kleck was saved in room 100, weren't you? When Bono got flipped upside down. Mick Jagger isn't Bono, right? Mick Jagger's Mick Jagger. Bono is Bono. So, 2 different races. The Adamic race and the Serpent race. 2 of them, both of them. Two rocks. Bring both of them back together. I just want Derek Bros and Jonathan Kleck to get along. To do a video live with me on it at a certain point when the event takes place. And you just tell them how much you appreciate them and love them, and you look forward to seeing them in person, or maybe he's on your show and you can hug him, and that'd be really cool, huh? And I can say, the Lord told me I was supposed to help you guys get back together, like, because you are brothers after all, you know? Brotherly love, right? That's why Philadelphia is the spot. So it happens in Philly. Now the serpent rises up from the sea, Philadelphia Art Museum, and the head of the serpent is crushed. The head vampire down at the bottom where the Lincoln Financial Field is. The link, Barack Obama showed up at the link. The head, he's also in the presidential portrait with a serpent behind him. And Jesus walked on water, and it's a boot. And the boot has the soul. In the soul, the heel. The soul is water, he's walking on it. The boot in the heel is Johnny Vampire coming out darkness into the light. His head is crushed by the heel because he claims to be the Angel Church of Philadelphia. Alright, well, you also show me how you fall out of the sky upside down, and that's exactly what the Philadelphia landscape is. And there you are in the heel of the boot, being crushed as Jesus is walking on water. In a pictorial manifestation, images, giving breath to the image. So I hope I'm getting closer to figuring this stuff out, and like always, Yins will let me know whether I'm hot or whether I'm cold, or whether I am dead on, or whether I am dead meat. One or the other. Ticket's already bought. I'm going. I'm doing my thing. I'm going to do it. And What can stop me? What's gonna stop me? Me? Nah. I'm not gonna stop me. I don't get in my own way. I've learned to get out of my own way. Because my own, it's not me. My own way isn't the force of me, it's another force of God that's working through me to do it. So he's just showing me how to just go with the flow. Push record, go with the flow. I'll learn easily just like that. So 111 again.